True love again. She would. Dear Harmony, you will find enclosed money I can't actually spare so you don't starve to death during your threadbare activism. Sincerely, your mother. Not that you know it's me. 610 shit. Where the hell has that fool gotten to? About damn time. You okay there?
I'm fine. Not that it's your business.
All right, whatever. Idiot.
You're Rochelle Day?
Oh, let's see. You heard rumors about Rochelle Day. You got this link from Rochelle Day. The name tag here says Rochelle Day. I'd say there's a goddamn good chance that I'm Rochelle Day.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have snapped like that. I was a little upset.
Yeah, just because I'm a flood lady doesn't mean you can go poke holes in me whenever you get pissed off. Oh. Hold on, I gotta get the door. Oh, that'll teach me to hope for a fresh breeze from the water.
I don't know how you stand it, the smell.
How many times have you been to the floods?
Annually, for work.
Here's some advice. Don't talk trash about a place you've never lived. That do our houseboats float in garbage and shit? Surely yes, but it's not your job to skewer us over it. Now tell me why you wanted to talk.
Well, I've heard, that is, I'm not taking this as fact, but several people, usually reliable people, several of them have told me that you
Talk to the dead, the ones who drowned.
Yes.
And you believe them? Because you uphill people think you get to have exactly what you want, even talk.
Just give it to me
dead.
straight.
Yes, it's all true. The dead walk among us. Hold on a sec.
What am I waiting for?
Have a pair.
Pardon?
Download that, please.
Is this really necessary?
Well, I can't give you real fruit online, so images it is.
Why would you give me fruit at all?
You asked me to talk and then you act like this?
What did I do wrong?
You don't know?
No, I don't.
Oh, all right. Let's spell this out. Have you ever heard of tea?
Of course I've heard of tea. Why
A
are
thing
you...
you give a guest when they come over, and it's rude not to offer it, and it's rude to say no. We folks who sow fruit for a living use fruit for that, only it's a tad more intense than tea ever was. So if you turn that down, it's like you're spitting in my face.
Oh.
Let's try this again. Would you like a pear?
Yes, I would. Thank you.
Better.
I hope I'm not making you late for work, but I heard I should call in the morning.
You heard right. I'm on night shift. I hope you didn't have trouble getting through to my channel. That can give uphill folks some trouble, I know.
I did just fine.
Well, I mean, I didn't mean anything.
I may not be from the floods, but I think I can deal with the internet you use for your beat-up houseboats. You don't have to look down on me.
Oh, good Lord, will you shut up?
It's not exactly difficult. It couldn't be. I mean, you flood people do it all the time. Not that,
You know, listen, for a man who didn't know enough to take pear from a fruit sorter, you're sure acting like...
I hadn't heard of that. How was I supposed to know? It's just a picture of some fruit.
Just a picture of some fruit.
I mean...
I live fruit, you fool. I can tell a good peach from a rotten one with my eyes shut. I've gotten my hands sliced to shreds by pieces of pineapple crowns, and I can smell a half-ripe melon from 10 feet away. Can you do that?
No, but...
Fruit is life. I got pregnant with my daughter when I was 20, same age you probably were, living it up some university, and I'd never tasted a mango. I'd lived with mangoes. I dreamed of mangoes, but I never tasted one. You know why? Because the company that transports them films you while you sort. And if they catch you eating one, they fire the whole team that was working that shift. So, how many mangoes have you eaten when you were 20?
I don't know, a lot.
I thought so. I'd never tasted a mango because I was too sensible. And then one day I had a backache during work, the kind to knock you off your feet. But I was on my feet anyway, sorting out the good fruit from the bad. And I just picked up a good mango when water gushed down my thighs and I knew she was coming, my baby.
Listen, this really isn't what I.
No, you listen. Ever been afraid for your life? Just terrified?
Yes.
Good. You know how I felt then. I thought I'd die. And I thought, well, if I'm going to die, I'm going to know how a mango tastes. So I bit into that mango I was holding, and it was so ripe, the juice got all over me, my chin and my hands, even my chest. And I ate that mango. I ate it all the way. And then I ate two more. And the only reason I could was because I thought I was going to die. And when my baby finally came, they had to clean mango juice off of me along with the blood. So don't tell me it's just fruit. There is nothing just about it.
I'll never refuse a picture of fruit from you again, or anyone else. You have frightened me far too much.
Perfect. You got that? Play nice, or I'll tell you another crazy story.
Well, you certainly put me in my place. For what it's worth, I'm sorry.
You get a pass this once. By the way, you're not doing this call at your office, are you?
Oh, hell no. Top management sent most of us home anyway, just in case the wasp nest fever gets worse. They don't think it's likely, but we're a medical company, so we don't want any outbreaks.
Well, lucky you. We're not going home anytime soon, essential workers and all.
We're still working, just from home.
Medical company.
Are you all right?
Your name is NICO Logan. You wouldn't happen to work for, say, Logan Medical Company?
Well, actually, I do. Not exactly high up, though. Mostly I check and approve shipments all day.
Didn't they sell us all those meds for the cholera 2 years back?
Yes.
Shot in the dark here. But do you happen to have family in charge of that company?
My mother was a founding member, but she died around the time of that epidemic.
Fuck, she was your mother?
I don't understand.
It doesn't matter. Not anymore. So the topic at hand is the dead walk among us, and I'm betting you want to talk to someone. So who is it? Family, friend?
Family. I was hoping.
Huh?
Maybe we should talk later. No.
It could be too late for you. This matters. You've got a yearning.
You don't know anything about me.
Oh, really? Well, here I am, flood lady claiming to talk to the drowned dead, and you're on call with me. For an uphill man, you're grasping at straws. You've tried everything, therapy, religion.
How did you even...
People have patterns.
Well, then, yes, I'm at the end of my rope. You happy now?
You're not beyond help. Trust me. Now, I admit not all the dead come when I call. Sometimes they've moved on. But if they do come, they want to talk to you. So you can just send half the money to my account while I get ready. It won't take long.
Wait. I have to pay you first?
Yes, of course, half up front so I get something for my time, and then the rest if they show. I'm guessing your reliable people told you what I charge.
You could just be making all this up. I don't even know if there's a chance.
And I don't know if you'll really give me the money. I've been cheated before, so you can pay up or you can stay at the end of your rope.
Okay.
The first thing you notice is their smell.
What do you
The
notice?
dead. The dead. Right before they come, you can smell them. I remember this man who wanted to talk to his wife. What a doubter. Barely believed a word I said. And we started, and we smelled rosemary and engine oil before his wife even spoke. So, what was your person's scent?
Honey and beeswax and drawing charcoal.
There you go. If you don't smell honey and beeswax and drawing charcoal, if you don't hear whoever it is speaking to you, I won't ask for anything more. Promise.
All right, half up front.
I'll give you my deposit number 1 sec. Okay, came through. Now, when your person gets here, whatever you do, don't tell them you love them.
Why not? That's half of why I want to talk to her.
Well, if you tell them you love them, they vanish and they don't come back. I mean, it's too much closeness with the living, like fire or melting ice. I warn folks not to say it, but then they see the person they loved who died and it's too much, they forget. So be careful.
All right.
I know it's awful, but it's better than not seeing them at all.
Wait, what are you doing?
Calm down, I just need blood.
Oh. I smell her.
Hold on.
Where is she?
She's coming. She's coming.
Amanda?
Nico?
Amanda,
Oh, you need to
I need
talk, do you? I thought you were all about not talking. I thought this wasn't up for discussion.
No, I'm sorry. I never should have.
Saying sorry doesn't cost you a thing. I'm dead, and you think you've just got to talk, that you don't have to do anything?
I'll do anything you want me to.
Oh, right. Count the butterflies all day long. Like that helps me. I want more than penance.
Please, listen.
You're just like Mom. She didn't love anyone, and neither do you.
That's not true, damn it.
Go now.
What? Amanda, come back. What? Why did she leave?
I had to cut you two off for now. You were about to tell her you loved her. Who was she? I thought it'd be your mother.
No. Not my mother. Amanda's my sister.
Oh, she died too soon. I could see that.
I wanted to save her, and I made such a mess of it. Can she forgive me?
Well, she's the one to ask, and I could bring her back if you came again.
Why not today?
Because you're all crazied out, that's why not. You'd try and tell her you loved her again. You got the rest of my payment?
Yes, of course. We'll talk again.
Oh, God. Oh, God. It's them. It's really...
You're the ghost talker.
Yeah.
I am psyched to chat, but we didn't know each other, did we?
No. I want to talk about your brother.
Yeah, Nico, he thought he could say no to a pear picture a fruit sorter gave him? If he had spent time in the floods for more than a day,
And
he
you
would've-
have? Let you come to the floods?
It was just my mom, since I was pretty young, and no, she didn't. I went anyway.
What did Nico do that he wants you to forgive him so bad?
Make him tell you.
Huh. I bet you tried to talk him around on whatever he did. Change his mind.
Of course.
And he didn't listen to you. End of discussion. You weren't even going to talk about it. He didn't even respect you enough for that.
No, he didn't.
And now he just counts your butterflies all day. Isn't that what you said? As if that'll help you now?
It won't. He was always like, I'm going to protect you. Well, he sure did a great job. He can't even see outside that little fucking bubble that keeps him safe.
How about you don't forgive him?
What do you mean?
Hold out. Let him try and talk you around till doomsday. Explain, apologize 5,000 times. Make him beg you. Have him do everything he can. Have him do things that hurt.
I kinda like that, but I don't know, maybe I shouldn't.
Because you should be a sweet little sister. Was he the kind of brother who deserved that?
He thought he was.
I'm not asking what he thought.
Well then, no, but I mean, I do love him.
Well, let's see how sorry he really is. Don't let him off the hook easy. And if you get satisfied, then it's really none of my business. But if it were me, I'd make him sweat for it.
There is something I'd like him to do.
There you are.
I'm not 100% on this, but I'd like him to do that thing, so I'll try. Can I leave?
Sure, go ahead. Okay, Logan kids, we'll see who wins this one. Well, at least we're both late. Hold it. Download that.
On it. Thank you for the peach. I'm sorry to be late.
Actually, it's good you are. I had to stop by the boat a mile or so down. They've got a kid with wasp nest fever, and I wanted to give them some actual peaches since they're not supposed to go out to shop.
Wasp nest fever? The numbers I'm getting say it's not so bad in the floods.
Well, it isn't now, but it will be soon. There's always sickness down here. I mean, look at the cholera. They said they had that under control, and then boom.
Still, that was nice of you to bring the peaches.
Me, nice. Sure.
Pardon?
Let's just say my neighbors don't like me much. I'd move, but I'd have to go way north, and there aren't so many jobs there.
You could move out of the floods.
Are you serious?
Well, yes, there are jobs uphill, you know.
Yeah, and nowhere to live but in a house with an uphill family. Ooh, I can't wait.
Uphill families aren't that bad. We used to have domestics and they lived with us.
Oh, well, that sounds like wild fun for... Well, never mind.
It sounds like what?
It doesn't matter. Now I'm guessing you want to talk to Amanda.
Oh, no, you don't. No. What kind of wild fun, Rochelle? What exactly would you like to say about my family?
What? I wasn't talking about your family.
Look, if you're going to insult my father, you could just damn well say it straight out.
Well, who said anything about your father?
Didn't you?
No, I was going to say having domestics must have been wild fun for you, since you probably never had chores and could run off and do whatever you wanted. I mean, what does your father have to do with that?
Nothing. And I didn't just run off and do whatever I wanted.
Well, then what did you do for your family? Scrub the floors, rake the leaves, wash the windows?
Well, no.
Fix the plumbing, did the laundry, weeded the garden.
Stop it.
Clean the bathrooms, wash the dishes, polish the furniture?
I baked bread.
What?
I baked loaves of bread. Still do, actually. Though I suppose it's not exactly the same thing.
Why bother? You could buy what you need.
Why are you asking? Is it important?
Well, sure. I mean, far as I can see, it's the one thing about you that cracks the shell.
There was a girl, okay? I was helping out around the office of the medical company where I work now. And she was an intern there, and I wanted to make something nice for her.
And what happened?
I decided to make her banana bread. The first loaf was completely raw, fell apart when I cut it. The second loaf, I burnt the top to a crisp. The third loaf, I forgot the sugar and the vanilla.
What?
But the fourth one, that was perfect. Well, maybe just by comparison, but it felt perfect.
So you impressed your girl?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, she turned me down. I went home, got drunk, and halfway through that, I decided to eat the burned banana bread. And it was probably just a whiskey, but I thought to myself, I made something. It's not some report for medical suppliers. It's not a list of numbers for the company taxes. You can taste it. So I ate the entire loaf of bread, woke up the next morning on the kitchen floor with a hangover surrounded by banana peels. I tried to get up and slipped on one and knocked over the raw bread, and it got everywhere.
And after all that, you still bake loaves of bread?
And do my own chores. Now that I sold the house.
What? You sold your family's uphill house? With how much dry land costs? I mean, I thought you uphill people hang on to every building you owned like rabid bulldogs. I thought you lived with your parents and grandparents rather than lower yourselves to some shitty apartment.
Yes, usually. But I hated that house. I'd rather live in a shitty apartment, as you term it. Anyway, if you ever need any bread for a holiday party, I've got your back.
What are my choices?
Well, there's sourdough or wheat bread. You could have those with cheese or basil leaves or meat or whatever. But for parties, the quick breads are usually better. Apple bread, pumpkin bread, zucchini bread. That one's good with cream. Banana bread, obviously. Pumpkin bread, chocolate bread.
Okay, I got it. Maybe I'll try pumpkin bread someday. So I guess you want to talk to Amanda, unless your mother.
No, not my mother. Not my mother. Not ever. But Amanda. Yes. I transferred the money to your account earlier this morning. Did it come through?
I'll check. What were you doing up at 3:20 a.m.?
What do you mean?
I mean, the time of this transaction is 3:20 a.m. and I'm wondering what the hell you were doing up late. Getting someone to sweeten your mood?
I don't do that.
What, you don't have sex?
I don't let people touch me.
What? You don't let people touch you?
Not since Amanda died 2 years ago.
What, you haven't let anyone touch you for 2 years?
Handshakes, that's it.
Oh. Damn garbage. Let me get that. Okay. You ready?
Yes. Wait, hold up. I forgot about the knife part. Isn't 2 cuts in 2 days a lot?
You're paying me.
It doesn't feel right.
Oh, stop fussing. I can take care of myself.
But
All right,
Amanda,
you called me. Here I am.
Amanda, no, this is about you, not me.
It's always been about you and that fucking bubble you live in, safe and sound.
No. It's about you. All I ever wanted was to keep you safe.
And what about the cholera, huh? Was that about keeping me safe too?
Don't bring that up.
What about the cholera? What about the cholera? What about the cholera?
Look, if there's any way I can show you I'm sorry, I'll do it.
Take all my butterflies and throw them in the water.
What?
I don't know what happened to Christine's ashes, but if she couldn't have a burial, she would have wanted them scattered in the water. So you give her something close to that. Give her my butterflies.
But they're the one thing that really reminds me of you. Don't make me give that up.
And you say it's not about you?
Please.
Just stop faking. Hey, but it runs in the family, right?
I am not our mother.
Both of you fucked up your chance to love me while I was alive, and you think you can fix that when I'm dead?
Maybe I fucked up my chance to love you like I should have, but I still
No!
Amanda, where are you? Come back.
I had to send her away. She's not
God.
here. Are you? Look, don't cry, okay? Don't do that.
Why not?
I don't know how to handle uphill people crying.
We're not a different species.
Oh, okay, I just don't know how to handle you crying. I mean, you don't make any sense. You don't even like to be touched.
I didn't say I didn't like it.
Well, then why only handshakes?
I don't deserve anything else.
That's bullshit.
Why do you care?
Well, my parents died, so they can't touch me. My daughter left, so she won't touch me. So maybe I just don't want to see somebody else driving folks away. Oh, hell.
I'm trying not to. I am.
Oh, damn. It's okay. Just go ahead. I'll deal. You go ahead and cry.
No, it's fine. I'll go.
No. I said I will deal. Well, shit. This romantic crap. Wish I knew why she liked it so much.
Hey, you're calling me an awful lot considering you've got to slice your hand open to do it.
I'm used to that. And you remind me of,
Of what?
it doesn't matter. Anyway, how are you?
Honestly, not that great. I can't decide whether I should go on or not. Whether I should see what's really out there for the dead. I thought maybe souls were like butterflies, but my soul seems more like a lobster in a trap.
So you collected butterflies?
Uh-huh. and I went on trips to look for their breeding grounds. I really wanted to find out if monarchs still existed in the wild.
Monarchs, the orange ones, right? And
That's
black.
right. That's right. Most people think they're only bred by scientists these days, but I'm not so sure. There's this one theory that in the mountains in Mexico, it's kind of convoluted. But anyway, they still migrate there. I wanted to go and help find out, but that didn't happen.
I'm sorry.
Thanks.
You know, we don't have a ton of butterflies here in the floods.
You'd be surprised. You just gotta know where to look.
What do you know about the floods?
I had this friend who bred butterflies down here, a flood girl.
Oh, looking for a scrap of life and color in all this ugly?
Both of us loved watching those things with wings. Fruit sorter, like you. That's how I found out about the take the fruit thing. She gave me a good lecture when I said no to a nectarine. I got all indignant and said, why would anyone care about a silly piece of fruit? And she read me the riot act. I didn't know much, and she almost always had her sisters along, and one day I got annoyed and asked, why'd they have to go everywhere with her?
Probably because her parents had to work and there wasn't anyone else to keep an eye on them.
Yeah, well, I didn't know. Me, a pill girl. I always had babysitters and stuff.
So why did you come here for butterflies? I mean, who comes to the floods when they don't have to?
I wanted to know where the fruit came from.
Oh, you cared.
I was a curious kid, and then I got friends here and I wanted to see my friends. It's not all that mysterious.
Maybe not to you.
And Christine, the butterfly girl, she was...
You mentioned Christine before when you were talking to your brother. Has he thrown those butterflies in the water?
No?
Yeah, well, some folks are like that. Stick to their guns no matter what the cost. Maybe you just shouldn't forgive him at all. Let him live with whatever he did.
I guess I sort of feel like I'm supposed to forgive him, like it's my duty or something.
Fuck that shit. I mean, I guess if you felt like he was really sorry, it'd be different, but he's sure not walking the walk.
Not particularly, no.
Me, myself, I wouldn't let him off the hook.
What's with you?
Huh?
If I say I'll never forgive him, he won't come back, and you'll stop getting money. So why do you want me to do it?
I don't care about his money. I mean, I care about the.
Oh, sounds like you've got a guest. I'll blow this joint.
No, you can't leave unless I tell you to. But she just. That's strange. What the hell are you doing?
You're online.
I can be online if I want.
No, I know. But I thought it's 2:00 in the morning. Aren't you on night shift?
This is my night off. My question stands, and you'd better not want me to summon Amanda right now.
No, I don't. I'll go away.
No, wait. You can stay for a bit.
I won't be bothering you.
If you'd be bothering me, I wouldn't have asked.
Thank you.
It'd be nice if I had real strawberries. Like when they're in season, but I buy the cast-offs we sort out and they're ripe as they come, even if some are close to rotten. Price the pay you get for getting them cheap.
Well, they sound a lot better than the ones I eat mostly. You know how at cocktail parties they sometimes have those enormous pyramids of fruit?
Yeah, I know. What about it?
The whole thing makes no sense. People only ever eat half.
Yeah, it's like they're buying it to throw it out.
I can guess what you think of that.
Yeah, I hate it. At least they could send folks home with the leftovers.
Those strawberries are sour. They practically crunch. It's bad enough when they have tables. What really bothers me is when they hire people to hold the plates of fruit. Just stand there by the wall and hold them. It's absurd. I go to get a strawberry, and all I can think of is how much their arms must hurt and how annoyed they probably are at the rest of us. I say thank you, really awkwardly, and they give me funny looks.
You say thank you? I mean, you're probably weirding them out.
I don't know what else to do. Am I supposed to act like they're furniture?
I think that's the idea.
That weirds me out.
You know, I've done that. Hold pyramids of fruit at parties.
I thought you were a fruit sorter.
I've been a lot of things in my life, fruit holder included. No one ever thanked me.
Should I stop?
No, you shouldn't. A strawberry almost got me in trouble one time. I held that fruit. You see, I was just behind the altar at a wedding.
Somebody had those behind an altar? God, angels are losing their wings.
I know, right? So me and my friend are standing there with a ton of fruit, trying not to wobble in high heels and praying our hands don't get too sweaty. And the bride and the groom, there they are, just ready to exchange rings. And the groom, he beckons to the ring bearer, who was like 5 years old.
I don't trust 5-year-olds with rings.
Me neither, especially after this. So the ring bearer is proud as can be, it seems, because he practically thrusts the pillow into the groom's face and the ring goes flying through the air.
Oh, no. Did it give the groom a black eye?
No, it disappears and we don't know where it is. The best man's on his knees hunting around. The bridesmaids are all looking under their skirts. And then I see it. It's right by my foot.
And you told them you were the hero of the day.
No, I'm not supposed to talk. So I kind of try and kick it, get it somewhere where the best man will see it. But I'm trying to balance this huge pyramid of fruit.
And you're wearing high heels.
And I kicked that ring and out it goes. And the best man finds it. And I'm thinking, whew, day saved. And then one damn strawberry rolls down off the top of my pyramid and bounces across the carpet.
What did you do?
I couldn't do anything. I mean, I'd have dropped the rest of it. But the ring bearer saved me, though. He ate it.
Good for him. Yeah, those things are definitely more trouble than they're worth. I think the worst time was at this retirement party for an executive. They had pyramids of fruit so tall they blocked people's faces. And I came up to get, I think it was pineapple, and it was shaking, the pyramid. Slices of orange were rolling off to the edges.
Huh?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I sort of peered around the edge, and I saw she was crying. The woman holding up the pyramid. Crying so hard, her hands were shaking.
What was wrong?
I don't know, she didn't say. I tried to give her a tissue, but like you said, you need 2 hands to hold those bigger pyramids. So I had to take one side as she wiped her eyes, and I just felt so strange co-holding this ridiculous thing of fruit while this person who's supposed to be furniture tried to stop crying. When I got back to the people I'd been talking with, they were all looking at me weird. Rochelle, what's your family like?
That's kind of a funny question to be asking your ghost talker.
You did mention you have a daughter.
Yes, I do. Her name's Harmony. She left.
Left the floods?
No, just left me. She's got this shoestring news program with a few friends. Very shoestring. It's called No More Silence. You know, tear up the whole damn world and redo it for the better, you know, the sort. Just honestly, it's more like fuck silence.
Fuck silence, fuck corruption, and fuck the oligarchy? Am I getting the idea here?
3 for 3. You know, they've got subscribers, but not enough. And so they need to find a breakout story. And so far they haven't.
Hope they do.
You shouldn't. Harmony's scrappier than a raptor when it comes to ripping apart uphill folk. He said she'll change the social order or die trying. That would be a direct quote. And I've been spending every spare dollar I have.
You must miss her.
Yeah, I miss her a lot.
Maybe she'll come back someday.
Ah, dreams come true. Been 2 years nearly. I wonder weird things about her, like, does she still wear red ribbons in her hair? Has she still got that stack of romance novels? I mean, it really shouldn't matter, but it does. And he doesn't even know I'm sending the money. Maybe. Damn, you're gone.
What is that?
It's complicated. Just call it vodka. You know, I tried to give some of this away to my neighbors and they wouldn't take it.
Why?
They don't like me.
That's odd.
You're odd. My father made this stuff. This is just about the last of it. He died 2 years ago.
Sorry.
Cholera.
Your father died of the cholera?
Both my parents did.
Damn, that's terrible.
Yes, it is. And,
Listen, Rochelle,
Yeah?
the reason I got on your channel,
I figured you weren't just randomly fucking around at 2 a.m.
I don't know exactly what flood people do about, well, hospitality. Actually, I don't know what flood people do about a lot of things, but uphill, when you're a guest at a party or whatever, you bring something to share. A lot of time people use it to show off, but you've been giving me digital fruit all this time.
Nico,
so,
cut to the chase, will you?
just a second.
Wait, that's
It's
it's
pumpkin bread. Yeah.
Oh, let me download. You were just gonna leave the file in my channel?
I wasn't sure what else to do.
Give it to me while I was on the channel?
I wasn't sure how you'd take it.
Oh, come on, I'm not an ogre. Okay, I am, but anyway, thanks. That looks like it tastes good.
It's a good recipe. I got it from my colleague's mother.
Wait, you actually made that?
Well, I'm not going to give you some random stock image, am I?
You're not?
No.
Oh. You know, I promised myself I'd go to bed when this was empty, so. Good night, Nico.
Good night, Rochelle.
Hey, I was busy.
Oh, busy doing what? You know I can't talk to anyone. You know you can't talk to anyone without my help.
I was at this funeral in spirit so to speak.
Ha ha.
It is so frustrating that I can't eat. They had mac and cheese. I love mac and cheese and caramel cake. I wonder if they have ghost food on the other side. Do you know?
No idea. Once folks go on, I can't talk to them anymore. Why were you at a funeral?
I think they're really cool. Everyone understands exactly why people are sad, and when they cry, they feed them. We should have funerals every day.
You dead folks are nuts.
Nah, it's living people who don't get shit. So, why are you calling me?
I need some help.
Glad to assist, but why am I the prime candidate? Don't you have, like, friends and family and stuff?
No, not really. My family's gone, and I did have friends, but I stopped seeing them 2 years ago, so nobody I can talk to about this.
Okay. What's up?
Can you tell me what NICO did, that thing you won't forgive him for?
Don't tell anyone else.
I won't.
It's got to do with Christine. We were really good friends. We talk about butterflies. We both like to draw, except I drew birds with drawing charcoal and she drew plants, like botany drawings, and she taught herself from a book. I'd sneak away to visit her, and after a while, we...
You what?
It doesn't matter. That part. The cholera came, and Christine, and NICO wouldn't. Actually, I'd rather not talk about this.
Please?
Why do you even care?
Because I'm all tangled up. Your brother, I don't understand him. He makes no sense, except in some weird way he does make sense. I mean, if I lived uphill and lost my mother and my sister and didn't let anybody touch me for 2 years, I might be like him too.
So what? So you understand where he's coming from? What's wrong with that?
Everything. This isn't what I want. I want him to be some idiot who's trying to cheat me. I keep letting him onto the channel and on my night off so he can prove he's some idiot who's trying to cheat me. But no, when I tell him about fruit sorting so he'll get bored, he seems interested. He remembers Harmony's name and acts like he cares what I say about her. And now he keeps sending me pictures of these goddamn elaborate cakes and a ton of quick breads, which I keep wanting in real life to see so I can eat them because apparently I'm the idiot here.
You're not making any sense. You say you want him to be some idiot? Well, you're not acting like it. You do realize what it seems like to him when he shows up on your channel on your night off 4 times and you let him in all 4 times? You're acting like you want to be friends.
That's not my fault. I've been alone for forever. I'd have latched on to anybody.
Oh yeah? Even an idiot who tried to cheat you?
Well, no, but look, it doesn't matter. I just need you to tell me what he did. That way I'll never start to like him. Go.
Are you busy?
Not exactly.
Rosemary bread.
One sec, let me download. Plum.
Thank you. I checked out Harmony's news program.
You did what?
It's impressive. Not that I want to meet your daughter in a dark alley. She'd probably kill me. But it's still impressive. I didn't know half of what she and her friends said about the flower sorters.
Huh. Been paying attention your whole life, have you?
I'm doing it now.
Well, too bad I'll never taste that rosemary bread for real, because I'm a terrible baker.
I could teach you.
What?
I said I could teach you.
Carry whatever fancy device you have into some messy kitchen and walk me through your banana bread recipe on the channel?
Why not? It's not that hard. The quick breads anyway. The rosemary bread and the raisin bread take some patience. The kneading does. And it takes some technique to get the crust right, but you'd probably do just fine.
No, I can't.
Are you sure?
It's
just easy things. It could be fun.
No, it absolutely could not. You're my client and you shouldn't have even asked.
All right. All right.
So do you want to talk to Amanda or not?
Well, apparently that's all I'm here for.
I said no about the bread, that's all. You don't have to get snappish on me.
I'm sorry. It's just, look, Rochelle, you seem interesting. That's the wrong word. Actually, it's the right word. It's just not strong enough. I don't know, something.
Okay, cut it out. We're not friends, Nico. I don't even have an ID to get uphill.
I know. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. Maybe it was all in my head. It just seemed that you didn't mind having me around, at least. Maybe I was just being stupid. Was I?
Oh, will you please stop trying to make me say it?
Say what?
Say I like you. And don't call yourself stupid to make me contradict you. That's a dumb trick.
Geez, thanks. And I'll write a note for next time. Rochelle doesn't like it when I have hope.
Hope? You were hoping I'd be your friend?
That can't possibly be a surprise to you.
Hope just seems like an awfully strong emotion for anyone to have about me.
I don't think so.
You don't want this. I'm not a good person.
I don't care. I'll take anything.
Jesus Christ, are you really that desperate?
Yes.
No, this is wrong.
Wrong? How is it wrong?
Because of my parents.
I'm confused.
They died of the cholera.
Still confused.
You want to go there? Okay. Let me ask you this. Did you know about it?
Know about the cholera? Of course I did. How could I miss it?
No, not what I'm asking. You're Dr. Logan's son, and I'm guessing you worked at that company during the cholera. So, did you know about it?
You're going to have to be more specific.
Specific? Oh, okay, I can give you specific. As I recall, that company had a new med for cholera when we all got sick. Some of us were even worried about taking it, but we were desperate, and hooray, the med worked out just fine, so everything's great, right?
Yes.
But you know what? I heard that your mother drowned. I heard it on the news, and I wanted to thank her.
You did?
Yes, I did. I thought to myself, that company saved a lot of lives. I mean, a lot of folks died, but the ones who didn't are only alive because of them, because they had the meds ready. And now that woman who ran the company drowned, and I can talk to her. I can thank her.
Wait, you talked to my mother after she died?
Right here on this very channel. Summoned her. You want to know what she said?
I don't know how I could possibly know that.
You can't think of what your mother might have said that would have made me hate your family.
I don't know.
Okay, then I'll tell you. I'll be specific. Your mother told me she couldn't take my thanks because she started it. She paid folks to sabotage our water filters because she knew that without the water filters, the floods is a breeding ground for cholera, the perfect site to test your new cholera meds before you give them to folks you actually care about. And so in came the cholera, and your company was ready, weren't they? Ready with the meds to be our saviors and count our bodies for their data. So, did you know? Well, did you know? And if you lie to me, I swear I'll kick you off this channel and you
Did I?
see me.
Did I know at the time it happened? And the time to stop it? No, I didn't know. Did I know before you told me? Yes.
But if you weren't in on it, how did you find out? I'm damn sure they didn't make a record for the company files.
There was always something that slips. No cover-up is perfect. I was studying color patterns after it was over, and that one didn't follow. It didn't make sense. I just couldn't stop thinking about it. And then my mom, she started getting drunk every night, and it was just not like her. I said, what if?
And?
I told myself I wasn't crazy. Cause an epidemic on purpose? Who would do that? I felt so fucking guilty for even entertaining the thought. I spent weeks trying to convince myself it couldn't be true, and I was a terrible person for thinking it because that was my mother. Because those were my coworkers. If they were capable of that, I would have noticed, wouldn't I?
Then how did you find out?
You have no idea what you're asking me to share.
You have no idea how much it hurts to have both your parents sick and die in the space of 24 hours. I mean, it happened so fast, shitting like mad, throwing up all the water they drank. Don't you look at me like that. I'm the one who had to clean up the mess on my boat. I'm the one who had to listen when they begged me to save them like I was God, like they were the kids and I was their mom. And after all that, I'm the one who got my own daughter screaming at me, saying that everywhere I go. I just heard everyone. Why do I keep telling you things that I usually don't tell folks?
What?
I've spilled enough already, so stop making me blurt out what should stay in my head.
I'm not making you do anything.
You're too honest. Folks don't tell me they're desperate for friends. They don't tell me things they feel shame about, but you do, and I don't know. You say your truth, and suddenly I'm saying my truth, and I don't want you to be. You really didn't know.
Not at the time. I got suspicious afterwards.
So why didn't you go to your mother and ask her?
You think it's that easy? To basically ask your mother if she killed people for money?
I didn't say it'd be easy, but you could have done it anyway.
I did.
What?
I asked her. She was drunk and she told me. I screamed at her and I stormed out, and that was the last time I saw her.
What do you mean?
What do you think I mean? You know my mother died. That night she wrote a confession that was essentially a suicide note, and then she went to the floods and jumped in the water.
Oh. And that was 2 years ago, so Amanda drowned.
2 months later.
Damn.
I guess this isn't over, though.
Huh?
I was just starting to think maybe I'd found somebody who could be a friend. And of course, that somebody lost their parents in an epidemic my mother started. Looks like I'm not done paying.
Well, that's not how you measure whether you've paid.
Pardon?
It doesn't matter how much you suffer. Your suffering doesn't help me. It doesn't help anybody who lost folks in the cholera. So don't make this all about you. If you actually want to help us, then tell the truth. Let folks know why their loved ones really died.
I have thought of that, but I don't have any proof.
Didn't you say your mother left a confession?
She wrote it when she was drunk. There's no evidence, no documentation, there's no proof.
But you know it's truth. Did you ever go looking for any proof?
No, but would it make any good? Would it do any good?
Good. Oh, I mean, if somebody had pushed Amanda into the water, would it do you any good to have that person stop before they could drown other people?
That's not what I meant. Who would listen to me? I check on proof shipments. That's all day. That's all I do. I can't make the company do anything.
You work at your company. You're an uphill person. You know what happened to me? If I went looking for proof, someone would arrange for me to oh so conveniently disappear. I'd be floating in that water outside 2 days after. You have more power right now than I've ever had in my life, NICO. You need to stop pretending you're helpless. You need to wake up.
It's not that simple.
But it's important. Or do you want to go through life seeing us flood folks as less than human?
I don't see you as less than human.
Oh, don't give me that. I mean, why else would you pretend that you didn't see what was under your nose just so you can think your mother was decent?
Because she was my mother. I know that's no excuse, but it is a reason. I don't want to believe that kind of greed was in my DNA. Would you want to believe your mother had done a thing like that?
Now, all I'm hearing is that your comfort is worth more to you than the truth.
You terrified me. When I was 5, I thought flood people were monsters. Actual monsters with fangs and claws. Older kids I knew, they used to try and scare me by telling me the flood people were coming.
Is this supposed to be making me feel better? Because it isn't.
When Amanda was 4, somebody threw a brick through her window. It landed on her bed, and I ran in and found her crying with shattered glass all over her quilt. It might not have been the flood people. I realized later we actually had no way of knowing. But my mother was convinced it was. And she told us that. So I do know you're human. Except for the part of me that's still a kid and believes you're all monsters out to get us.
Then why are you baking pumpkin bread and rosemary bread and taking photos of them for me? I mean, why do you keep turning up in my channel on my night off?
I don't know, all right?
Why should I want to be friends with somebody who thinks I have fangs and claws?
That's not what I was trying to say. I just wanted to tell you where I'm coming from on this.
So, because some random fool threw a brick through your sister's windows years ago, we all have to pay for that? You won't tell the truth even now?
Damn it, Rochelle, nobody would listen to me. There's just no proof.
Yeah, you said that. You've said a lot of things, but what I see is a man who's done nothing, like you uphill folks always do.
Like we always do? That's not fair.
Oh, it is. I mean, I've tried to make my world better by asking uphill folks for help, but it never works.
We're not all the same.
Yeah, right.
What happened?
You really want to know?
Yes.
Harmony's smart, like really smart. Your mind always ticking, and she'd be damned if she saw a new thing and didn't learn all about it. So I thought, no way I'm going to let my girl be a fruit sorter when she grows up. So when she turned 15, I got Harmony to apply for uphill schools. I did all the paperwork. I took her in for the test. I mean, everything has a fee, you know that? I had to pay over a day's wages for every one of those stupid tests she took. I had to pay to apply for the scholarship.
To apply for the scholarship, don't they have waivers?
No, I couldn't get one. Our district got too many the year before. Oh, yes. Oh, but I applied for that scholarship, and Harmony got it after she put her mind to work on those pricey tests, and she got to go to an uphill school. And it should have been good after that, shouldn't it? That's what they tell you. Your girl's smart. She earns herself a better place. You scrimp and save and go without, but it'll be all worth it. You might be down with the shit and the garbage, but your girl, she'll be okay. She'll
Rochelle, are you all right?
No, I'm not.
Nobody hurt your daughter, did they?
Yes, they did. Every day she'd come home and beg me not to make her go back to that school. They tripped her onto broken glass. She'd be scared to shower after gym because they'd reach in and turn the water to scalding. Nobody would sit near her, like being a flood girl is contagious. Now, if she did the tiniest thing wrong, the teachers would jump all over her. I think there were maybe 2 kids who'd talk to her with any sort of kindness.
Jesus Christ.
And yeah, I asked uphill folks for help. I went to everyone, NICO, principal, school board, even the parents of the other kids. And I wrote letters, I made calls, I barged into offices and spilled the whole ugly story while Harmony was just drowning. And I kept making her go back because I thought that was her way out. And I thought I was doing the right thing.
Did it ever stop?
Of course not. I mean, why would anyone listen to me? Harmony spent 2 years getting hurt to the heart every day. She got that diploma and she threw it off this boat. I don't want anything from them, she said, and I don't want anything from you. Because you wouldn't let me leave. Yeah, you're on their side, she said, and so she left to work with her friends on their news program, ripping up uphill folks to shreds. And the last words I heard from her were, never talk to me again.
I honestly don't know what to say. If you want me to feel ashamed of uphill people, you've got that much.
You think that's why I'm stripping my heart here to shame you?
Isn't it?
No, I'm doing it because, God, this is so stupid, but it's true.
What's stupid and true?
I want a friend. And you're, I don't know, you're sort of all right, but I can't have a friend who sits on a secret like this for 2 years and then tries to defend that. Now, I hear you, NICO. I hear that you were raised like pretty much every uphill person, and I'm not sure why exactly, but I'm hoping you'll turn out better than them. So let me ask, the part of you that believes we're monsters, is that worth defending?
No, don't.
Is that seriously what you want, to champion the worst parts of yourself? Because that's a really weird hill to die on.
Well, all right, I see. It's just.
No, don't do it. You've got some decency. Go get more. Don't justify your own fear.
You really think I could?
Get more decency? I guess I do. I mean, you seem...
Seem what?
You seem... Anyway, you could.
Hold on a sec.
Huh?
There's something I might be able to do. Might.
What?
I'm not sure if it's a good idea, but I have to think about it. Thank you for the fruit. I think I better go now.
Wait. This isn't happening. This isn't happening. Hell. Shit. This isn't happening. Ah! Ah! Ah!
You know, you can't just drag me in here all the... Wait, is your hand okay?
It's fine.
Are you sure?
Yes, don't fuss. I'm not going to bleed to death.
All right, fine.
I'm sorry. I'm off balance. Did you see what your brother did?
As a matter of fact, yes.
He better not try to come back here, or I swear I will launch rotten fruit so far uphill that it hits his window.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. He was making every excuse in the book last time you talked. You didn't send him pictures of rotten fruit. And now that he's trying to do something right, you're just pushing him farther away. And I just don't understand what is wrong with you, Rochelle.
I can't handle it. I mean, if he gets on here now, if that stupid bell goes off and I let him in and he uploads some stupid baked goods like he does, I'll have to scream at him, because if I don't, I'm just...
You what?
Oh, no. I can't do this. Amanda, you go.
What happened to your hand?
How did you do that? I didn't let you in here.
Well, somebody did. You really don't look good. Are you sure that you're...
It's just a ghost cut. Leave it be.
Are you sure you don't need stitches?
I'm not insured, so I'm not going to spend that kind of money on myself.
What if you get an infection? You don't exactly live in the cleanest environment.
Oh, go to hell.
You said it yourself. Your houseboat floats in water filled with garbage.
So I'll get blood from my other hand for a while. No big deal.
Rochelle, you could get really sick.
See? It's fine. No big deal.
God. You've got scars.
Yes, I know I've got scars. And yes, I know they're ugly. You gonna rub it in?
Why do you hurt yourself like that?
Because I need the money to help Harmony with her reporting, and I can't feel her again. I've already fucked up her life enough to... Stop it with the stupid honesty.
Rochelle, I'm sorry. I didn't think of what ghost talking so much would do to your hands.
Okay, just leave it and explain what exactly you did. I go to work last night to find out everyone listening to Harmony's news program on a loop. To hell with the fruit that wasn't getting sorted. And they were all fucking furious and arguing about what exactly was true.
Well, that describes a lot of the company too. I decided to just talk to a few of my coworkers, people I trusted. I thought, they'll probably think I'm out of my mind. Only it didn't happen that way. I asked my first coworker if she ever thought anyone might cause an epidemic on purpose. Very hypothetical, and she says, "You mean I'm not crazy?"
She knew about the cover-up?
No, she knew they were doing the same thing with the wasp nest fever. Harmony's program got that right.
Fuck yes. I mean, folks were going out of their minds. You'll be lucky if you don't get a mob at your company doors. Your coworker was in on it?
She'd overheard some things. Seen some messages. She wasn't sure she was right. She thought maybe she'd misunderstood. And that no one would believe her anyway, just like I thought, only I was apparently wrong about that.
So you told right after you talked to your coworker?
No, definitely not. I figured I'd better make sure people listened. So I talked to about 30 other people. I got documentation from anyone who had it. Turns out there's proof this time. It was a nightmare.
A nightmare for you? I mean, what about us? I mean, you're not the folks who were going to get murdered with wasp nest fever so the company could test out their new meds.
Well, I'm not here to defend it. And it was a nightmare because I was realizing what the people around me were capable of. Here I was for 2 years thinking it was just me who knew. Hating myself for that, but saying at least I'm the only horrible person. And now figuring out that this time there's a dozen of us, my friends, my colleagues, sitting on evidence because they didn't believe their own eyes or were just too scared to say what they knew. And you know what the strangest thing is?
What?
When I tell them that I'm going to help, that I'm on their side, they're willing to speak up.
Well, duh.
Pardon?
Of course they're more willing to speak up, you idiot. Your mom founded their company and you're in it with them. I mean, sometimes that's all it takes. I'd have given a ton for another person to be in it with me when I was trying to help Harmony.
Well, I know, but I forget. I don't think I've ever actually felt powerful until now, I suppose. Somebody asks us all a question, and my colleagues look at me like if I'm the one should answer. It's actually kind of alarming. I'm not sure I like it.
You're so weird. So, what have they been doing to spread the wasp nest fever? The news program said something about an air filtration company, and
Yes. They've been paying an air filtration company to put unspecified materials into the systems they maintain, apparently.
and this wouldn't be the air filtration company you're getting death threats from, would it?
That was on the news program?
Yes.
Well, the company deserves the bad publicity. But I thought that wouldn't make it to the news programs. God, your daughter's a good reporter. Phew.
Stop being so calm.
I'm not calm. I'm just trying my best not to go crazy. However this plays out, I'm not likely to have a job in the near future. And the people in the air filtration company aren't the only ones giving me death threats. But if I don't act like I'm calm, I'll collapse. And I have to keep going if I don't want this to fall on my coworkers.
Oh, garbage. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna get the door. Why did you do it?
Expose this whole scheme? It's a baby step. This isn't going to be an easy fix if it can even be fixed.
Oh shit, but why did you do it? I mean, you didn't go looking for evidence 2 years ago.
No, because I didn't think I had the courage to go public even if I did find it. But you, even when you were angry as hell with me, you seemed to believe I could do the right thing.
So you did this because of me?
I did it for a lot of reasons. But in the end, yes, because of you.
Oh, good God.
I thought you'd be at least somewhat glad. I don't expect any sort of prize, but you could look less appalled.
Well, I'm glad you did it, but NICO, I can't deal. You just exposed a conspiracy to kill us for medical data, and you're putting yourself in danger to do it. And now you're saying you did it because of me? I mean, that is not who I am. And now I can't even look at you without, God, you're making me think of all these stupid things. Fuck you.
What kind of stupid things?
That's the question you ask when you might get shoved in the water by that air filtration company? I mean, damn it, no one's allowed to hurt you. You're my uphill idiot, and no one's...
You're uphill idiot?
Forget that.
I can't. Rochelle.
Stop. You've made a mess of your life for me, but you don't really know anything about me.
Maybe not, but I'd like to.
You really wouldn't. You threw away your safety. You threw away your job. You did that for me, but you've got no idea how much I've actually fucked up.
I don't know what you're talking about.
My mother drowned in fear, begging me to save her, and I couldn't. Harmony was drowning too, getting a little chipped off her soul every day. I looked around with all my rage and saw you uphill folks, but I couldn't hurt any of you without bringing the law down on me and my family. And then I looked around again and I saw some of my neighbors who were better off than me, just a little bit better off, not enough to make a real difference, $1 more per hour maybe, but a few nights after my parents died, I went to one of those boats where I knew they had that little bit more. And I walked in, I grabbed all the cholera meds I could see and I threw them in the water.
You what?
You heard me. I as good as killed them because 2 of them died that night and the meds might have saved them. Those meds that I tossed in the water with my own 2 hands. Like, my anger and my loss were more special than everyone else's, and I'd regretted it the second I'd done it. I'd have given them my own meds if I had any, but being sorry doesn't fix it. And now you turn around and do this for me? It makes no sense. I'm no hero. I'm no friend.
But they didn't report you, or did they?
No, and I don't know why. Maybe they felt it wouldn't do them any good. And I'd have done anything to make it right, to make it up for them, anything at all. But they said I was just trying to make myself feel better, that nothing I did could help them now. And I couldn't blame them for that. So I cut myself off from everyone. Didn't talk to folks at work, never went out to see anybody. Most of them never liked me anyway, because I always treated them just like I treat you, jumping all over their flaws. Nobody ever really liked me that way. Nobody until... Why are you still here?
Are you throwing me out?
I'm not the kind of friend you want.
Am I the kind of friend you want?
Huh?
My mother spread cholera for money. My father wasn't exactly a role model either. Remember how I got mad at you for when you said having domestics must have been wild fun?
Yeah, what about it?
Well, I thought you meant my father had wild fun with the domestics. In other words, that he was cheating on my mother with them.
That's a leap of logic. Why would you think I meant that?
Because it was true. Which was a secret I kept until I was 12 and finally realized working as a domestic in my house must have been a nightmare. When I realized how impossible it would have been for them to say no. That's my family. That's my legacy. Lies and betrayal and using other people like things. You said I was too honest. Maybe that's just my attempt at breaking the whole ugly cycle. We've both fucked up. And maybe I'm desperate, but a friend who was fucked up is better than being alone.
You honestly still want to be my friend?
I honestly still do.
You are my kind of fool. I mean, if you really mean it, I mean, it may be...
She doesn't want what you want.
The hell?
Amanda?
I sent you away.
Yeah, well, maybe I've got a mind of my own. Scary, huh?
What? You let me go into my channel?
Yes.
Have you been listening this whole time?
Funny trick. When you hit Control ED and you're dead, you can listen to whatever the fuck you want. I learned this so I could get into the virtual funerals. I told you I love them.
You told her you loved... Wait. You've been summoning her all on your own?
I don't need your permission.
No, I know, but
She doesn't feel
why?
the way you do. She's just going to hurt you.
What do you mean I don't feel the way he does? I mean, how do you know how I feel about him?
If you meant any kind of good, you wouldn't have talked me out of forgiving him.
Amanda!
What?
Rochelle talked me out of forgiving you. That very first day, she called me back after you left, told me you didn't deserve to be forgiven, told me to make you do things that hurt. I don't know if I want to forgive you, but you can't get tangled in with her, not when it'd drive you mad in the end.
Did you really do that? Talk
I-
Amanda out of forgiving me?
I did. But that was before.
Why would you? Our mother, of course.
Yes. She hurt me, so I figured I'd hurt her kids.
Well, you succeeded.
And I'll pay for it.
How will you pay for it?
I'll pay by losing you. This was just my luck to have gone for revenge on the one uphill man I've stopped hating, the one who I... Damn it. I'm really sorry. Say something.
It's just, I trusted you. And now,
Done.
No! Listen to me. This can be all worked out somehow.
You don't want the same thing, so can't you just stop making each other miserable?
Maybe we do want some of the same things, like pumpkin bread and strawberries.
Oh, very funny.
I wasn't joking.
NICO wants a ton more than strawberries.
stop. It doesn't matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter? She could break your heart in 2 seconds.
Amanda!
You want me.
I want you. I care for you. But you can forget that since I don't trust you to give a shit about me.
Wait, NICO, stop.
You happy now?
This wasn't the way it was supposed to go.
What do you mean? How was it supposed to go, according to you?
I wasn't supposed to tell him about Harmony, god damn it. Or the meds I threw in the water. I wasn't supposed to trust him.
Don't yell at me.
Fine. But I was supposed to keep myself apart, keep everything I could and get one over on him.
Did you really think that was going to help you?
You don't get it, Amanda. I mean, you might have visited the floods, but you've never been a flood girl. And I got tired of hurting. I got tired of saying, oh, but those uphill folks don't mean to do me harm, because after a while, it doesn't matter what you meant. The world's still fucked up, and you benefit from that. You get to walk on dry land while we're down here with the shit and the garbage. And some days, even when I'm not on my boat, it's like I can't breathe. Like there's water over my head and I'm drowning a fraction at a time, and hating that, it's a human thing to do.
We're human too. We uphill people.
Oh, are you going to make this all about you?
No, well, maybe. I don't mean to. It's just, well, it's about Christine.
Okay. Hook me with one sentence about Christine.
She died of cholera 5 days after she told me she was in love with me.
And you were in love with...
Yes. When NICO told me about our mom, I wondered before, just a little, but I didn't believe it was really possible. When I found out it was true, I think it drove me out of my mind. I wandered around the floods, calling out for Christine and crying. That's what I was doing when I drowned.
I see.
So, yeah, I've been there, caring about somebody and knowing that maybe my ignorance killed them. If I'd realized what my mother was capable of, what my people were capable of, she might be standing here right now. And that's the kind of water I've got over my head. Compared with yours, it's luxury water. But I drowned anyway, and now I'm dead and can't do anything. You can, though.
What am I even supposed to think about this? What am I supposed to do?
I can't help you with that. I'm just a dead uphill girl who can't stop making things all about her. You figure it out.
Have an apple.
Thank you. Why did you ask me here?
I want us to talk to Amanda. But first, I want to know what you did. That thing that she won't forgive you for.
Part of it's her secret. Did she tell you anything about a girl named Christine?
She said Christine was her floods lover who died of cholera, and they both like butterflies.
Well, that's about what I know. She never told me much about Christine. I think she didn't want me getting all protective. I would do that. I think she just wanted this to be just hers. About halfway through the epidemic, Amanda vanished for 5 days. She was with Christine and her family, and I didn't know. After I called all her friends in a complete panic, I figured she was probably in the floods, but I had no idea where. Christine's entire family was getting sick and dying fast, a few at a time, like your parents. Amanda was trying to help, trying to get them meds, but by that point,
There wasn't enough to go around.
no. Amanda watched them all die, including Christine. By the time I finally found her, she was alone on their boat, surrounded by their bodies, clutching Christine's hand and crying like her heart would break. I didn't react well.
How did you react?
I started screaming at her.
Oh,
All she wanted at that point was to give her some kind of burial. But I was too terrified to listen. Terrified she would die of cholera too. A burial. It was one fucking thing I could have done for Amanda and the girl she loved. And I didn't. Instead, I dragged her home. Eventually, I calmed down, but with the health workers taking the bodies away, it was too late.
well. I could judge you for plenty, but it's not my job to judge you for this. It's for her to decide. Get this chance. Don't waste it.
Wait a second. Your hand isn't in any shape for this.
I'll use the other hand.
But you shouldn't have to.
I know I don't have to. I'm choosing to.
Does it need to be your blood?
What do you mean?
The blood you use for your ghost talking. Does it need to be yours, or would anyone's do?
Anyone's, but I'm not going to ask that of somebody else.
You don't have to ask. I'm offering. I don't want you to hurt for me, even with just a cut. I've hurt you enough already. That has to end.
You're sure?
I am.
All right, then. Remember, don't tell her you love her or she'll go away. And go get a knife and a bowl of water. That was fast.
But I might need them.
Because so many things you do in life require the combination of a knife and a bowl of water?
My parents told me life was fair. I know now it isn't. But that hasn't stopped me from thinking that life should be fair. I'd like to do a better job of making it that way for better than the people who taught me.
Use the knife to cut your palm, but be careful. You don't need that much blood. You okay?
Yeah. I'm okay.
Now put your hand in the water and I'll do the rest.
What's with this?
You volunteered?
Should I leave my
No,
hand
no,
in the?
take it out.
Why are you calling me?
It was Rochelle's idea, actually.
Yeah, it was. He told me why you won't forgive him.
Oh, maybe you get it?
Yeah, I do. I get why you're fucking furious, and I would be too if I were you. Just the thing is, I've also been on the other end of this, hurting folks, whether you mean to or not. And that's when you find out what hell really is. And it's not some wheel of fire that after you're dead, it's being so lonely that you'll slice your hand open for a ghost company. It's being so desperate for a friend, you'll throw away your job and your safety for even a chance. It's living without love. Now, I don't know how you feel, and I'm not going to say you gotta forgive him, because that's your choice, just yours, but I will ask. I will ask you to forgive him, because I don't want him to suffer the way I do. And maybe you don't either, and I just thought I'd give you that chance.
No, Rochelle, I can't do that. It's not about whether you deserve it or not. I wish I could forgive you. I'd be a way happier ghost. But if I said I forgive you, it'd feel like a duty. It wouldn't be real, and I'm not gonna lie and say I have when it isn't true. That's not who I am. But I'm glad you summoned me here today, because there's something I have to tell you both. I'm going on.
What?
I'm gonna see what's really out there for dead people like me. I think maybe I stayed to see if I could forgive you, and now that I know I can't, it's time to go. Maybe I'll see Christine and her family, or maybe that's not what death is. Maybe everyone has their own path, but I'm gonna find out. So you won't see me again. This is goodbye.
Before you go, I did something a few nights ago. I took a video.
My butterflies, yeah, but
Please, just
why?
watch it. Just watch it.
You threw my butterflies in the water.
They're yours. They gave me some comfort, but they were never mine. Hell, they belonged to Christine more than they ever belonged to me.
Thank you. That means a lot. Hey, so there is one thing I was going to tell you.
Yeah?
I remind you of your daughter, don't I?
Uh-huh. You do?
You should talk to her.
No, she wants me to leave her alone.
And when did she say that?
Almost 2 years ago?
Plenty of time to change your mind. Look, I might be dead, and I might be uphill, and I know Harmony is not either one of those things. But she might be like me in some other ways, like maybe when she's done a big crazy thing like report on non-consensual experiments, maybe way down, she wants her mother to say, I'm proud of you. Say, I love you, sweetie, even if she's still mad. Maybe she wants to say she loves you.
Why would she want to say that?
You're lovable. It's true. And maybe you don't have to slice your hand open to have a family.
I'll think about it.
Could I say it now since she's not coming back?
Yes.
Say what?
I love you, Amanda.
I love you, NICO. I can't forgive you, but I love you.
Holding out okay?
Not really. But at least I let those butterflies go.
You surprised me
Not nearly as much as you surprised me.
because I asked Amanda to forgive you.
Oh, yes. I certainly can't forgive myself for my silence.
Maybe I can forgive you because you broke that silence. Or maybe forgiveness isn't really about what we deserve, or maybe I'd just rather have a friend than keep being angry. And maybe it's that
Yes.
sometimes when I've been with you, I've gotten a glimpse of who I could be, the person who believes other folks can do better. Somehow I dared to ask you to change when I really had no reason to think you would. And I think I like being that way. It's just a glimpse, so it's hard to tell, but I like who I am when I'm with you. Uphill idiot and all.
Does that mean I can keep sending you digital quickbreads? It was actually a serious question.
Oh, we're really bad at this, aren't we?
At what exactly?
This, friend things, other things,
Are we friends?
sort of.
All right, yes, we're terrible at it. We don't even know if we are friends.
I should probably explain. When I said sort of, please don't freak out.
That doesn't sound good.
So remember how you said you want me and care for me?
I remember.
Well, I sort of do too. Oh God, this is so fucking awkward. Look, I thought you were oblivious and kind of selfish. Shit, that's the wrong thing to say. But what I'm trying to say is you're not. You're an idiot, but you're also basically the only person I've ever met who took the anger I threw at you and used it to do something right. Something that's going to save lives. And you listen to me talk and act like what I say has value, and damn, that's attractive. I want you to, and I care for you, which freaks me out. And oh God, I'm so bad at this.
You're not bad at this.
No, my fucking stupid, clumsy speech is perfect.
Rochelle, you are tough as nails. Tougher, actually. And that will... Honestly, that's hot too. But do you have any idea how exciting it is to watch you be, well, vulnerable? I live for that.
You do?
Yes. I really want to kiss you right now.
So you want to be with somebody who goes for the jugular when you fuck up, who's already hurt you once. I mean, I'm not great at this caring thing, Nico. I'd love to try and get better. I'd love that chance, and I want it with you, but there's no guarantees in this arena.
Are there ever any guarantees?
No, but there's easy and there's hard. This is hard.
What about you? Are you sure you want to be with me? Because there actually is one guarantee, and that's that I would fuck up repeatedly. That's the only thing I could give you for certain.
I know. And maybe if life was a checklist of pluses and minuses, I'd just walk away now, but it's not. It's really damn confusing, and I don't know half as much about it as I thought I did, but I don't want to walk away from this. Giving up on you now, it feels like I'm giving up on myself, giving up on my own goodness. What do you think?
I think that since I've met you, I've done about a dozen things I never thought I'd do, so...
I'll tell you what. Give me baking lessons.
What?
You offered to teach me to bake on the channel. So let's start with quick breads. None of that shit that you have to knead and let rise. I'm going to make an ungodly mess, and if anything turns out edible, I'll faint from shock. But maybe if we laugh more and then we yell, it'll tell us something. Maybe we'll feel like there's not so much water over our heads. Want to try?
Yes, I do.